Ready.
Okay. All right, welcome back. So through the magic of film and editing and time, we have come to a completed baked spaghetti squash. And I can just tell that it's cooked by the way it feels from the top. So if you push into it and has a little give, of course be careful, because I know we talked about aluminum not getting as hot as other materials in the oven, but it's still in the oven, so it's still going to be somewhat hot. So we're going to pull it out carefully, very carefully. I like the double mitt. Oven's already been turned off.
Oh, and it is steaming. Look at that.
Ooh. Steamed. We've steamed our spaghetti.
Martin Scorsese over here.
And so it's not the foil that's hot right now, it's the steam, so be careful.
Ooh.
And I always like to save my foil that's clean like this because that can go in the trash, but the foil can go right back in my drawer and be used another time. So, okay. So, see that? See how it kind of, swishes in. Okay. So we want to discard the water, the steaming liquid. Very carefully so you don't dump your squash, but a little bit of the liquid remaining is fine. We're going to rotate it upwards so that the steam comes out and starts to cool off. And during our little video break, we all sampled the soup, which that was a big hit. Everybody enjoyed.
It's okay. There's just none left. That was just weird.
And while we're waiting for this to kind of cool off enough to work with, you know, the reason why I kind of chose these recipes is, well, you know, besides the fact that they're delicious and everything, I wanted to cook the soup and the squash dish together because they work well together. You make your soup and you can not only have leftover soup, but like we talked about a little bit before, you can use that leftover soup for a sauce, and that's what we're doing here. So we're going to use this to make sort of like a baked spaghetti squash and cream of mushroom vegetable dish. So we might need a little bit bigger fork than that. And if your squash is cooked properly, then you can just get in there with a fork like this.
Single-handed.
And
Yeah, it's still steaming pretty good.
It's so cooked.
see, it's nice and cooked. So it's going to be, you know, it's still going to have that nice spaghetti-like quality. But it's soft enough to where it's all going to come off that skin. Hopefully we're not steaming up the camera here.
It's high def.
This is one of my favorite tricks. And, I mean, for this recipe, we are going to take all of the meat of the spaghetti squash out of the shell. But it is a great way to serve this as a boat.
Oh.
And you can top it with whatever. You can make a taco boat, you can make an Italian boat, you can make, you know, whatever you want to put in it. You can add different vegetables, you can add different meats, you can add...
Somebody has a kid.
I usually do like a chicken parmesan with it.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I've done eggplant parmesan before, and that's really good too. That's like one of my favorite vegetarian meals.
Even though it's a nightshade?
Even though it's an action.
I love them too. I know, I can't help
So
it.
since there's not too much flavor in the shell and the carcass, it doesn't qualify for the stock bag?
No.
Okay, no flavor. Okay, got it.
And we've already kind of cooked the heck out of it, so...
All right.
I'm learning.
And some of the things that go in the stock bag, well, all of them, hopefully, but the things we put in our stock bag, you know, it's not just the flavor we're looking at for, too, is the nutrients, those extra nutrients that we can boil into our broth, that we can get into our soups. that's what it's all about. That's what we're doing here. You know, we're trying to make delicious meals that nourish our bodies and satisfy our hunger, but we're also trying to pack in a maximum amount of nutrients with every meal, and especially when we're healing people. When we're creating healing diets and healing meal plans, we want to pack these foods. We want to have not just superfoods, we want to have the best, like the top 5 foods in that category for that person is what we want to be feeding them. But that goes for us too, even if we're not sick. You know, even if we're good, healthy people, you know, maybe we have a little bit of insomnia, or maybe we have heavy periods, or maybe, you know, we get depressed from time to time, or not all of us are perfect. You know, none of us are in absolute optimum health. All of us have something that needs to be worked on. So we can do that with our food.
Of course, it needs to be worked on. I got it. It's fine.
Okay, so that's pretty much all done. So I'm just gonna go in there and get the remainder out.
She can edit that out.
So I won't bore you guys too much with my story. I mean, I don't know if we have a lot of time for that, but you know, it's good to know like the person that's teaching you and what motivates them. But you know, I was in a really horrible snowboarding accident when I was young. Broke
Like
my
before I know
femur,
her.
fractured my skull. I was in a coma for 3 days. I broke basically the entire left side of my body, and I was really young. I was 14 years old. I was in the ICU for a long time. It took me a long time to recover. I had to have all sorts of therapy. But what I didn't realize is really what a profound effect that accident would have on my future life. And I spent the next 10 years not just dealing with recovering from an accident like that, but with severe depression and anxiety and body pain and joint pain, and eventually migraine headaches and insomnia. And what I didn't realize, what I came to find out after many, many years of pain and suffering and having to do my own research, because there was no doctors or
And trial and error.
right, that could really tell me what was going on. I learned that trauma had triggered autoimmune disease for me. And so when I talk about nightshade vegetables, is because people with autoimmune conditions don't really deal well with nightshade vegetables. And I do consume some from time to time, but I try to avoid them for the most part. Also grains, a lot of sugar, you know, but basically why I'm telling you this is because through a lot of research and a lot of elimination diets and a lot of trial and error, like you said, I believe that I've healed myself, you know. I used to carry around a lot of extra weight. I used to have a really bad time with depression and insomnia and anxiety and
Migraines.
well, I still deal with migraines, but they're not near as bad as they used to be.
Or frequent.
Or frequent, yeah. And it's still something I deal with. I think it's kind of in my genes. My mother deals with them, my sister deals with them, my grandmother dealt with them. But that's something that you know, is a big motivator for me to live a healthy lifestyle and to eat healthy. But just the fact that I used a healing diet like the autoimmune protocol to heal my gut, to get over a lot of that stuff. I shed all the extra weight, I calm my anxious mind, I sleep better, I feel better, my joints don't ache. I mean, of course, you know, if I work a really long day or I do something especially physical, of course, you know, I get aches and pains, but it's not like what it was. And it wasn't because of medication, it wasn't because of surgery, and it was just because I changed the way I ate and the way I thought about food, and also I changed my life in that I decided to take a path of gratitude. And, you know, because for so many years it was like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel so bad? Why is this so awful? You know, why is it, you know, why me? It was a lot of that, why me? And, you know, and it's very powerful to figure it out and to actually be able to heal what's going on with you yourself. And through something as simple as just a change in your diet and your lifestyle. Besides changing the food I ate, I also started practicing meditation and gratitude. This is going back in the oven. A few.
What temperature are we thinking?
About 400. Just for about 5 minutes, just to kind of, so all the flavors kind of can meld and get together and mingle a little bit. Then our greens are done. So besides having to wait for our squash a few extra minutes, which can happen, I think we timed it pretty well, right? Everything's gonna kind of come together now. So let's set up our little service area. So anyway, that's kind of, you know, I'm not embarrassed of my story. I like to tell my story because I think a lot of people can relate to that. A lot of people have dealt with that similar, or at least some of them, some of the similar things. But just to like get that out there that yeah, changing your diet is one thing, but like changing your entire way of life is a completely different, really powerful tool in healing yourself. So that's why, along with, you know, healing recipes and all these food recommendations and everything else, I like to tell people that I'm helping, you know, to spend a lot of time doing what you love to do, whether it's gardening or cooking or whatever, playing with your grandkids or, you know, whatever it is, whatever that thing is for you that gives you that feel-good feeling, that's what you should be doing, you know. So, okay, so let's get our I'm going to practice a little bit of gratitude right now to my students and everybody watching for supporting me in this endeavor. And that it's all part of a bigger picture, part of, you know, doing what I love to do, which is this right here. So, thank you all.
I cannot clap, but I am in gratitude too.
On the bottom, or
It's just going to be kind of a side.
Okay,
It's just going to be a little side.
I honestly was so excited about the spaghetti squash and the toppings that I forgot about it.
I think it's just gonna layer it like lasagna.
Speaking of
Put it
smell
back.
vision, I wish we had it. Smell these greens.
It's coming. I'm working on it.
You really get like the apple cider vinegar,
Oh, that smells super
maple
good.
syrup, and the onions.
Wow, that really broke down.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with greens, I mean, I feel like we're concentrating them, doing that, cooking them this way. You know, they're shrinking down, but the flavors are concentrating and the nutrients are concentrating, and you know, even if we're just getting a couple bites per person, they're going to be very delicious, delectable, healthful bites of food. Let's take a peek. Turn that off so we don't have to hear that fan anymore. So, okay, so all we have to do is serve. So let's get ourselves some serving spoons. Forks for everybody to enjoy.
Oh, I know. So red bell peppers are in that mix, and they're of course the nightshade vegetable, which I'm always so sad that I don't do well with nightshades because of red peppers and tomatoes and all the good things. But red peppers are probably one of the foods with the highest level of vitamin C. Everybody thinks oranges or citrus fruit or whatever, but red peppers beat all of those hands down.
Well, does it help you when you cook them? Like,
No.
to cook a night? No.
Yeah, there's some kind of
I'm not supposed to eat them either.
there's some kind of chemical in nightshade vegetables that, you know, it's just certain people that
Yeah.
don't, and usually people that suffer with autoimmune disorders are the ones that don't tolerate them.
Maybe just do one plate and we'll cut the video.
Okay. Just for video's sake, I'm gonna give it a little taste.
That can be my plate.
Mmm. Mmm. Delicious. And see how that soup makes a beautiful sauce for that squash. And the greens. Mmm. That's exactly that balance we were looking for. You get a little bit of the tartness from the apple cider vinegar. You're getting a little bit of hint of that sweetness, a little bit of the salt. Delicious. Delicious. Mmm.
That was more than one bite.
Too
Yum,
good.
yum. Yeah, too good. I can't stop.
It's not my plate.
Anyway,
I
thanks
changed
for
mine.
joining me, and until next time.
Helen's Cool Kitchen.
Yay! Yum.